Welcome to our another edition of our toy review. This time we are featuring one of the G1 classics, our old friend, which is Wheeljack. Alright, so practically I'm much impressed about the car mode of this material. We can see here that he's practically an evident European car. Though I'm not sure if this we can consider is Lancia Stratos 5. Well, of course, on the original G1 series cartoons, Wheeljack is a Lancia Stratos 5 or Turbo Stratos. I'm not really familiar with the full name of that car model for Lancia, but yeah, as we can see here, the car mold is similar with Turbo Tracks, the other guy that we have here, except for some minor differences. Of course, number one that we can see is that Turbo Tracks doesn't have the skirt part in comparison with Wheeljack, and of course at the back of it we can see that Turbo Tracks doesn't have spoilers. As for the weapon parts here, you can see that Turbo Tracks have missiles, while Wheeljack have a stick, or no, I think this is also a missile, but it's not really pointed in comparison to Turbo Tracks. So much for this little guy. Thank you. Alright, the mag wheels here are quite impressive as for my standards. Not much of a chrome part or a chrome paint for this little guy. No, I think this one is a chrome, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, it's very easy to transform. You just have to remove this part here first. Serve as weapon. But you know what? I have been reading a lot of blogs about this reincarnation of Wheeljack, and there's a lot of negative things that have been mentioned on the blogs or toy reviews about Wheeljack. But as for me, I am very much impressed with the effort that Hasbro has poured out for recreating Wheeljack. Knowing, of course, that I'm a huge fan of modders as well. Well, Lancia, for one, is as an Italian car. If you're going to revive it, if you're going to compare this guy on the 1980s toy line, you can see that there's much of a difference. Where in the 1980s, Wheeljack looks so awkward on car mode, but on the vehicle mode, yeah, you can see that the 1980s vehicle mode of Wheeljack is of course impressive. So much for these guys as well. I mean, if you're going to see if you have seen the alt mode of Wheeljack, actually you might be impressed as well. And as for the robot mode, well, of course there's some difference as well. Well, practically what I'm doing right now is I'm doing the transformation for Wheeljack. So I'm just doing it in no particular order. But yeah, there we go. Yeah, so I'll just have to pull his legs there, and of course the feet. We're almost done, actually. We're almost done. Almost done there, and yeah. Oops. Alright, as for me, nothing's really bad. Nothing's really bad about Wheeljack's appearance as a in this character. About the weapons, we'll just have to attach this cannon, actually. And this is the only weird thing that I found out. But before we proceed with these weapons, let's take a glimpse first about Wheeljack's appearance. Of course, we all know that Wheeljack, every time he speaks, his ears light up. So his ears here, if we can notice that it's actually transparent. Okay, and the Voltron wings that we can see here. Normally, on the cartoon series, actually Wheeljack has a Voltron wings, but for this one, it's not actually. It doesn't look like a Voltron wing. But I guess it's just an effort. Okay, it's just a matter of effort that we need to. We just need to commend Hasbro with. It's just an effort. Okay, nothing much of a big deal for me. And we can see here that Wheeljack has an open palms rather, and I'm very much disturbed with the weapons. You see, if you're going to there we go. It looks as though that Wheeljack is holding monkey wrenches, or he looks like a plumber actually, rather than a these weapons look like a plumbing equipment rather than weapons. Oh, you take a closer look. See what I mean? It seems that this material here will be used to unscrew big screws rather. But of course, as always, I have made a remedy to that. So instead of having that, I just have to remove this actually, and I'm going to unite this. Well, I'm also a huge fan of martial arts movies though, so I was just thinking at the back of my mind, so why don't we instead introduce the concept of Bruce Lee in Transformers toys. So yeah, it may be unique, but of course there are some actually who have adapted it already. Some of the toy characters that have adapted the usage of nunchucks. For example, the animated series Jazz has a nunchuck as a weapon. So practically what we are seeing here is that I'm trying to form a nunchuck as the weapon for Wheeljack instead of the usual monkey wrenches. So yeah, it's practically hard. There we go. I think I just have to pause this part. Alright, that was very quick. Alright, we can see that Wheeljack has a nunchuck, so it's practically informal. But yeah, this once again some just a little back of my mind presentation, though it's not real official that this toy has a nunchuck for a weapon, but it really looks awkward if you're going to separate these two weapons apart. But as for all my reviews for Wheeljack, Reveal of the Shield, no, this is not Reveal the Shield, it's Transformers Generations, I would rate this as 9 for the effort. Not being perfect, 10 should be a perfect score, but yeah, 9 for the effort. This is very good and I recommend this. Well, that's it for me then. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a nice day. Bye bye.